What's up, everybody? It's Brandon from Box Office Banner and Cult Flick Symposium, and I'm here to talk to you about a movie that's not only called Nowhere, but kind of came out of nowhere to me. Had no idea this movie was coming out. I guess because maybe it's a foreign film. I tend to get into those though, so I was ready to fire Netflix up and hope for a good Netflix original that are real spotty, real hit and miss. I do, however, really enjoy these types of films. Of course, this centers around a girl that is stuck in a container in the middle of the damn ocean, like a freight container. And is it sinking? I don't know. This is all I know going into the movie. She's just in the middle of the ocean by her lonesome, like, fuck. And we all feel her pain, or at least would if we were in this situation. This movie, though, would it fucking work? God damn it, Netflix. You break my heart so much. This is my kind of movie. I love isolated incident type movies where you find a way to stretch it over the course of a film, but you deliver on it with tension and suspense. Yes and no. I will say, I was actually really dialed up with the suspense and tension before she ended up on the container by herself. Because, there's the beginning part. I'm going to assume that most of this was in the trailer. This is not really spoiler heavy. It's just your basic plot of how this thing gets going. She's got her husband. I believe his name was Nico. Could be completely wrong, but that sounds right to me right now. And they're having a kid. And they're stuck here, in the shipping container with all these other like immigrant peoples, and it's a problem. Or maybe was it a war that was going on and they were hiding? Can't really remember exactly, but that type of scenario. They are in here and they need to fucking hide out to get from point A to point B, and the tension behind that, like just sitting there with them, just really just basking in like, damn, like what if this was my life, just not even realizing like how good you may have it. I mean, even like my wife, like her fucking parents fled from Mexico to come over here. Don't deport them. No, it's all good now. But the point is like people have to go through some crazy shit to get to better places for not only themselves, but sometimes, she's got a baby in the stomach, even just better horizons for their future selves and, futures, kid coming out, just want a fucking better life, okay? And sometimes it's not as easy as just get a damn green card or whatever. But the point is, this type of shit happens. And watching this, you can really relate to this couple mainly, but everybody in general, but like mainly this main couple, because that's mainly what you're fucking harping on. And they just, you just feel for them. And then something happens that really causes, a little ripple effect. I don't know what it shows in the trailer, but something kind of wrench gets thrown into the gears, let's say. And then, of course, you have the situation how it ends up just being her. Because I was trying to figure that out. I was trying to figure out how in the hell does she end up in this shipping container by herself? I can't imagine this would not be revealed in the trailer if you've seen the trailer. You kind of knew something like this was coming. Of course, they find out that there's all these people inside the shipping container, and all hell breaks loose. And that scene is very suspenseful, and it really had me on edge and rooting for this girl. To the point where I was like, okay, going into this next scene where we're gonna be really just in the depths of the fucking ocean. I mean, not in the depths, but the depths. Like Jesus, the endless ocean. It's gonna be fucking crazy intense, right? Not exactly. And I wonder if it's more of like the script not giving us that little extra layer to hang on to with our leading lady, because she does a damn good job. I think she's a fine actress. Really enjoy her. But after a while, whereas a lot of these movies can pull it off to where it just feels authentic the whole way through. There's this feeling of just like, oh my God, around this corner. Oh my God. And it's like, oh my God, as a viewer, like, how do they make this so entertaining? For whatever reason in this one, it started to lose that zap, that feeling of just like, boom, like I did not have it anymore. It wasn't gone completely. I enjoyed what I watched, but it did lose me a little to where the suspense felt like it should have been suspense and a little more than it was. And then, of course, the kid coming into the picture, all that shit. Good Lord, the emotions. But it didn't resonate. Not in the way I thought it was going to after I was on that slow build to what was actually the main event of the movie, her in this fucking shipping container in the middle of the ocean. I think it has a lot to do with watching the movie. It didn't feel like, again, authenticity. It didn't feel like it authentically played out. It felt like just dumb decision after dumb decision. And I'm watching this movie, and it's not like a rewarding dumb. It's just kind of just like, well, why would you do that? And then like at my creative choice, I probably would have done this. And then like also like would you? There was a lot of creative choices that they took liberties with that just did not mesh with me personally. But yet and still, like I said, the actress does such a good job that I think it, keeps it above water. And will the floater tanky thingy, what the fuck is it called? Shipping container. There it is, Brandon. Sorry, just got off work. Will that stay afloat? And there is, of course, a bit of that. Like, what's going to fucking happen to this girl? You are invested. But in my opinion, at least for me, I was not near as invested as I wanted to be. This movie does feel a little smaller in scale, a little lower budgeted, but don't really give a shit. These type of movies, you don't need a big budget. It should be small in scale. It should feel, the grittier the better. The more like it's a fucking home movie, the better. Because this type of movie, you really want to put yourself in the lead character's shoes and just be like, shit. Like, you want it to feel realistic. It doesn't have to be flashy, budgety. It doesn't have to do that. So definitely nothing wrong on that front. And not that it looks like, the cheapest movie you've ever seen, but, obviously you'll notice it's not some blockbuster. But this movie, overall, I can't really hate on it, man. It's hard for me to give any real negatives. I think I just thought I was going to keep ramping up, and it's not that the tension necessarily died, but more of creative decisions, like I said, that were idiotic at times and kind of just didn't mesh with like the direction I necessarily wanted it to go. It did not help the movie's cause. In my case, you might fucking love it though. If you're this type of guy, like me, who likes these isolated incident, confined to one room, one person, find a fucking way type of movie, definitely check it out. You could do worse. It's worthy of that type of, catalog of movies. But I'd hope for more, and honestly, the beginning kind of set me up to where I thought I was going to get even better. Yet and still, though, this is definitely worth your time. I enjoyed it, and it's worth your time because it's on Netflix. I don't know if I'd go, it's one of those fringe ones if I'd actually go spend money. But if you got Netflix, definitely check it out on a rainy day. This one gets a 6.8 out of 10 to me. Surprised because it's not a bad movie, but not surprised because I was feeling that momentum and it just kind of died off. Did it do that for you, or did it only pick up more? I heard some people say the anxiety was just it was riddling me. Is that what you had? I don't know. Did not work for me on that level. Definitely check it out, though, like I said. Love you guys. Peace.